Yep, that is the Spider Egg Woman Thicket track to Yomi comes out soon on PC consoles and Xbox Game Pass. This is a 2D samurai hack and slash telling the story of revenge, redemption and Robin warriors. If Ghost of Tsushima, Limbo and All Black and White movies got smashed together, you might get something a little close to the form Flying Wild. Her games let us see if it is worth checking out. Another thing that is worth checking out is the Discord and the Patreon. As you guys know, when the dev gives me a code, I still get the game myself and give it away to one of the watchers or one of the subscribers, and if that does not make you subscribe, I don't know what will, so just scooch aside for the next person and I can give it to them. Let's do this presentation. If there is a testament towards design and artistic aim being more important, well, this is not the only game that does it, but it certainly now going that company Shrek to Yomi is at all times an outstanding looking game even at its worst. It is achieved spots where other games best don't reach in form the moments where cutscenes slip into the fray and you momentarily think that they actually filmed footage to the use of shadow blocking, thematic camera angling and movement, all as well as consistent change in activities, and they are not huge activities sometimes. It is just pushing a tree down our air, ravine, but there is something about it that connects you, and the twisting and turning voice in which the levels are made contently impress you while playing track. It brought back a Dishonored 2.5, the memory of a game that is a favorite in my pastime. Pandemonium, the twist and turning and unequal way that the canvas work in conjunction with the moment on titles like this, mimicking both camera angles that are actually physically possible as well. As impossible camera angles and the way movies directors can use those, it is a phenomenal piece of work, and that is before you roll up a dude that looks like Skeletor and has the world's largest hate boner for revenge seeking you ban, because while the game can appear one note, it's not all just about ancient samurai cities and fortress. As you progress through the game, it starts changing, slowly altering until Limbo comes into your mind, and then you enter what can only be described as Resident Evil. If that game happened during Ghost of Shazam's time frame, performance is also excellent. Here probably what you expect there. A couple stutters here and there during loading screens and popping right out of them. The game does not have a huge number of graphical options to set it, but you probably won't actually need those. This is a title that is about the art design versus throwing a bunch of characters on screen and seeing what can actually happen animation. Throughout most of the game do connect you to do the location as well, or to do the enemies. Now you will see a couple glitches here and there, especially if you are doing finishes on some of the enemies. There are times where the enemies are in the foreground or in the background and they come into the 2D realm fight you. If you kill them a little bit early, sometimes you will pull off a finisher while they are not there. That being said, artistic design style and a lot can be said with that, and this is one of the best looking games of this year. But is it one of the best sounding games of this year? Let's talk about the audio presentation. First of all, the music itself, excellent native instruments. All over the place it gets bold when it needs to, with some bigger pieces and some of the scarier parts when the protagonist is exploring lands best left forgot, and it also fades away during those times, but for just a huge and a bit of a random stinger here, there you explore some dark cave or across some ravine that probably should not be crossed. It does what it is supposed to, and it makes the music feel rightfully in its place, reflecting the havoc and the discord you see in the story whenever that shows up, but also letting those moments of nature come forth, especially when you are moving through a forest, you are crossing those old bridges, or you're just trekking through fields, and that zones up around you with the sound of these musical pieces. Most of them say they, but when it jumps into battle, you do get the traditional battle music that you would expect very good.